y'all have looked at all the equipment and seen what's here, okay? This equipment here is going to be the first arriving equipment at the scene. Now, the scene is 2,000 square foot, single-story structure, okay? Right here. Now, I know the truck and trailer is not 2,000 square foot, but hey. 2,000 square foot, single-story structure. Single driveway, right there. Tight area to work the call. The fire, the house is the tree line, okay? What we want is, you know, you've got 2 engines on the way. Brush truck has drove up first on scene, okay? So there's your command right there. Command has been established. The structure fire has also created a brush fire. Now you've got the woods are on fire as well. So now you have 4 apparatuses to work with. You've got 2 engines, and for those that don't know, every 1,000 square feet of a structure requires an engine. That's the way they write it up, is minimum of, they require 1,000 GPM. Now, however, we don't have that. We have a 750 and 1,000. So what you want is, you want to establish the scene. We've got to set up a water source because we've got a fully involved 2,000 square foot house. We're going to need a lot of water. There's a lot of water to work, so we're going to have to get these tankers in, back out. But the problem is, we're limited on space, okay? We're very limited. But that tanker does not need to sit still. That tanker needs to roll. The first arriving units need to be able to establish. Now, knowing that, you're the first one that drives up in that Hummer. What is the first thing you're going to relay back to the trucks behind you that are coming? Now, I'm going to give you the layout, the truck order. The truck order is engine 41's first, engine 42 is second, and tanker 41 is third. Okay? So those 3 trucks are in a line coming to you. Know they're on the way. Now, once you've pulled up and you've looked at the scene and you see where we're at, how would you set up this operation? Knowing that you have a limited amount of space to establish your water station and everything, how would you set up the space?
How much yard do you have in front?
Not very much. What you see from that trailer to that building, that's it. Okay? But you're not going to be able to turn the tanker around and back him up to the dump tank. You got room to set the dump tank, but not enough room to turn that tanker around and back him in.
They can't bag him in the driveway?
Still, even if you back him in the driveway, you couldn't get him to the dump tank. The corners, you got trees in the way, you got a tight spot over here that causes issues, so you cannot back him into the dump tank.
And that's the only driveway you got coming in?
One driveway. One driveway in, one driveway out. You got to go in and go out the same way.
Is this distance from the road?
Roughly.
So your dump tank out the road?
Another tanker or something?
Dump tank out the road, or
Well, because your pumper shouldn't even be to this building.
Right.
well,
Right,
like I
it's
said,
too close
your
to the
structure-
fire.
Your structure is that tree line.
Yeah, but that's too close to the fire.
No. No.
Let me ask you
Why?
a question. Get you position both engines where they can both pull out that one dump tank?
Why would you do that?
I couldn't say, you could pull too much water out there.
See, the thing is when you set up a dump tank, once you set up a mobile hydrant station, your mobile hydrant station can be established with only one truck, and he can feed all the other trucks. You can establish with one dump tank or multiple dump tanks if you have the equipment to set it up. We don't yet. I would like to get us to a couple of jet siphons to make it work, but until then, you can use that one dump tank and establish the fire, the scene, and feed all the trucks off of one engine. You don't have to have multiple dump tanks or multiple trucks pulling from one tank.
Something like that may be a situation where you have a long driveway, you don't get one truck, you may set a mobile tank up at the end of the driveway and pump up the end while he's there.
Just like it was the other night where he's talking about.
Right.
Except you didn't have a tank,
on the
you
road,
didn't have a
y'all
dump
on the road,
tank.
we have pump water up the hill to the 41 sitting there in the background.
Exactly. However, today we're going to play with utilizing 2 pieces of equipment. A tanker and a brush truck to start the scene until the other trucks are coming. We know that we got more equipment coming. We know tanker 31's en route. We know that we might have tanker 21 of one of the big tankers coming, or even this thing could be on the way once we get it up and running. But we know that this stuff is coming. but we got to establish this scene and start the fight up front. So, what would your initial setup be?
Yeah. Brush 40, engine 41 here, engine 42 there. You'd have a dump tank established here. You'd have a line going from 41 to 42, and then you'd have a hose relay from the road with the tanker coming to the dump tank with the use of those two 3.5-inch hoses. Right?
Absolutely. Now.
I mean, I don't like doing that, but you're limited to your space.
Let me say this, this 41 is gonna be your main pumper. What if we have 42 here, 41 there, that way the tanker is closer to the dump tank.
Well, we can do that too.
You know, that,
I mean,
you got 42 over here, 41's over here with the dump tank's closer to the road, and you have 42 over here.
But that right there that's the initial driver.
Right.
Whoever that first person is has to call that out.
Yeah.
You've got to look at that entire operation
Right.
and know that that tanker is 31 feet 4 inches long. Okay? You got to know that he ain't going to be able to turn around on a dime. You got to know that he can't back up to this dump tank because you don't have space for it. You got to know that you got one engine that's 28.5 feet and one engine that's 30 feet. Okay? You've got to know that when those trucks pull in, they've got to have a means of setting up the op. Now, another thing we got to look at.
You just blocked your brush truck in too.
Yeah, but remember, the brush truck is an off-road vehicle. It's designed, it can find a way out if it needs to. But remember, it's out here playing in the woods.
Feels some muddy field out there, you could.
You'd be surprised because we've been in muddy fields with it before.
Well,
Me and old man.
You might have woods on the other side, you can't get through them woods.
Well, and that's true.
You gotta remember who.
I'm just saying.
I know, but you gotta remember who's gonna be
James will
driving
get it through, don't worry.
But see now y'all are looking at a lot of different things. Okay, the thing that we want to set up right now is our main concern is not them woods, it's this house.
Forestry take care of that.
That's right. I can call forestry. We have forestry here in 10 minutes with dozers, and they can put the tractors in the woods, and they can go plow roads and do whatever they want to do. Our goal is to take care of this structure. Now, we're going to establish this. First arriving unit establishes the area, says, okay, this is how we need to set up. Who's going to set it up?
Who are you going to have throughout the brush truck in? I know
It would be well, it's anybody that wants to call out how they would set up the scene.